welcome to another episode of the Toy Lines Podcast. We're back. We took a little break, actually.
Little sabbatical.
Yep.
Little hiatus.
Yep. We're recharged. And let's face it, it's going to be a crazy show today.
Crazy.
Tommy
might throw fish around the room. We don't know.
This type of crazy, Ian. Look at that.
This is the...
That's crazy.
This is not how you know when they've run out of options of making...
She's articulated. We'll just leave it at that.
Well, didn't you say it also has something else? A second set?
Swappable chest. That's
swappable.
Right.
That's the word I was thinking of. So that's when you know they run out of things to swap on a toy. Now they're going for that.
This is the Loose Collector executive replica based on the Coffin Comics. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Coffin Comics, you remember Brian Pulido?
Yes.
Lady Death. This is his character.
Did he do Evil Ernie?
He did.
Okay.
I think he sold it, actually.
Oh, really?
Evil Ernie? Yeah, when he filed for bankruptcy. Oh, no. You know what? I think he kept Evil Ernie, but he lost that smiley face.
Oh, yeah, the button. You swear, yeah.
Right. But yeah, this... As you can tell, we're very excited about how wild and crazy this episode's going to be.
Two wild and crazy guys.
Just kidding. So how you doing?
I am doing good. I am good. Obviously well fed, as you can tell. Just, trying to catch up on all the news. A lot of stuff's been coming out.
Yes.
Movie news, toy news,
He-Man news.
He-Man news. It's very difficult to keep up. Night and day we've been working, folks. What about you?
Yeah, just trying to stay on top of my game. Disappeared for a while, but
it's a tough gig.
We're back.
We're back.
Got some guests coming up. Some very interesting guests.
Yeah. Marketeer Radio is on hiatus for the summer. Season 1's over. So
wow. Congrats.
Look forward to season 2. It's going to start off the season with a special guest. So stick around. I was maybe thinking of doing a recap of the season if you'd like to be involved.
Nice.
Go over kind of thing. But yeah, it's what I've learned from podcasting solo. It's a lot of work. It's this what we do now is not that it's easy because you got to all that stuff, but this is when you have someone to speak to, it's so much easier. When you're talking to yourself, you feel crazy.
Solo is difficult.
It really and some people have such a great it's not a personality. Maybe it is. They just
presence.
They just do it so well. It really feels like they're talking to you.
Right.
And maybe they're born with that, or maybe they just developed it. Maybe both. It's something I need to work on. But
yeah, that's why People of Eternia, I always have somebody on. Very, very rarely am I going to be on by myself. I mean, yeah. I just don't have that personality where I could just sit around and talk all day.
It really is tough. Yeah. So, but. Season 2. And
nice. Well, we're looking forward to it. So
thank you. And convention season is getting back. Things are starting up again.
New York Comic-Con tickets are coming up on sale.
So for October, they'll be doing October, and that should be interesting. With the mask mandate lifted, and people being vaccinated, hopefully we'll be getting back to a con presence. I pray that we'll have our toy fair next year, which I think is a good chance if they're doing Comic-Con. It's thankfully we're coming.
I have PowerCon this September.
There you go.
I'm all set. Just got my plane ticket. I'm just ready to go see some old friends.
Make some new ones.
See some new things. Yeah, hopefully.
And so when does He-Man come for Netflix?
July 23rd.
Oh, so there'll probably be a lot of not promoting, but talk about the show.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if
Mr. Hulk
possibly, or they have a panel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to life getting back together or back to normal.
Yeah. So what do we got today, Tom?
Yo Joe.
Joe June, I believe it was called on Hasbro Post.
Yep. First Friday had a Yo Joe, but it's so funny. Like I don't mean to criticize, but some of the guys from Hasbro, I remember the previous one from this one, they were just like, Yo Joe.
I'll tell you,
Yo Joe.
It's a tough thing to scream out if you're not a dedicated fan.
Yeah, but this is the brand manager.
Oh well, you give the Joe fans credit.
You know what?
Shout that out. That's.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm the last person because we're on our podcast and this is the energy I have right now. Unfortunately, so I just found it funny. Like if you're the brand manager, be like, Yo Joe, look, we got Roadblock. He's coming. Yo,
bleeping him out when he's saying Yo Joe. Yo, bleeping Joe.
Right. So that's right. Fan First Friday just passed for G.I. Joe fans, and they announced Heavy Artillery Roadblock.
And that it is. It's such a difference from when I was collecting G.I. Joes, or I was more playing with my G.I. Joes than collecting. But as a kid, the difference in figure and sculpt and and G.I. Joes are very
we're in a brand new era of action figure, my friend.
Yeah, they were they were very articulate for back then compared to like your Star Wars or something. But this is just incredible.
His Black Series G.I. Joe is essentially what it is.
Right. Yeah. Just you look at his knees, you look at his arms. Not only is there the muscle,
there's a new head sculpt on this particular Roadblock.
Incredible.
It's weird that he lost the tattoos from the previous release, but
interesting. Maybe they're trying to. I don't know why, actually.
Yeah, this particular Roadblock looks more military to me.
Very military. Yeah.
I prefer the one that came out of G.I. Joe the movie, the animated one, where he's in that green vest.
Is Roadblock Marine? Or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, you're thinking of somebody else. I think he's Army. I could be wrong, though. And then Roadblock is an Amazon exclusive.
Exclusives again.
Yep. The evil E word. But some other cool stuff came out. Commando Snake Eyes.
Wait, there you go. Did you see the trailer for Snake Eyes?
I did. I will not be seeing it.
Why not?
Snake Eyes shouldn't talk. Okay. Larry Hama specifically said, this is a mistake.
Did he really?
Yes. You should not be doing this. Snake Eyes does not talk.
Why?
He should never be unmasked.
Does the character not talk? Is he mute? Was he hurt as a child, or somehow like he lost the ability to talk, or do we know, or is it just he just doesn't talk?
I have no idea. I'm not into G.I. Joe lore. My G.I. Joe knowledge is from the Sunbow animation.
It's very interesting though that Larry Hama he did a lot of the writing, didn't he, for the comics?
He did all of the writing.
All right, so it's very interesting that
he even wrote up the card backs on the action figures.
That's cool.
I mean, shy of actually molding the plastic, Larry Hama was an integral part of G.I. Joe.
It's interesting. I thought the trailer looked cool, and I didn't realize there were other characters. I know Storm Shadow's in it. I didn't know there were other Joes in it. I think really what you want to see is just Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
Pretty much.
And I want to see the wolf, but there he is. But I think like if you can do a movie with him of not talking, it's just like William Stout was saying at one time about they wanted to do the dinosaur movie without the dinosaurs talking.
Right.
And if you do a well enough story, it is possible. But I guess they decided to go the opposite route. I think it looks cool. I'm gonna just go. I do want to see it. I'll probably see it at home, but that's like George Lucas saying, don't see this movie. Like it's just
pretty much. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. But he wasn't 100% with a solo Snake Eyes movie.
Interesting.
But that's not to say if you want to go see it, God bless, enjoy.
That's right. We have that freedom.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be honest with you. Now that we're on the topic, we'll get back to G.I. Joe in a second. But I'm kind of burnt out on all the stuff that's coming out, just because we've been disappointed so many times
in movies or toys
or movies, just pop culture in general. I mean, a few years ago, they came out with Out of the Shadows, the Ninja Turtle movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, had everything. Had Krang, the Technodrome, the Turtles, and yet they somehow found a way to ruin it. Just not so much ruined, but it was not as exciting as it should have been. So no. I mean, let's face it. Krang and the Technodrome, they were only on screen maybe 5 minutes.
It's usually how it goes too. But you think about it. Why is that happening? Is it because you have a studio executive who doesn't know anything about it?
He doesn't.
And you're not hiring a writer who is a fan of it.
They're corporate people doing, at this moment, corporate characters. And I have it on good faith. Someone told me they were in a boardroom meeting. I think I mentioned this once before. They were talking to a Ninja Turtles team, and I'd say maybe half of them didn't even know what the Ninja Turtles names were.
That's pretty sad.
These are the people that are running your favorite IP. And I say IP very loosely, but that's how they see them. They don't see them as characters. They see them as IP.
It's a bunch of dollar signs. You can also say the same how Disney views Star Wars.
How Disney views everything. And, and believe it or not, we have some... It's a rumor at this moment, but it's a pretty good rumor. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this happened. Oh, we'll talk about it later on.
Okay, because I don't even know what you're talking about. So.
Well, let's just say Mickey... All right, I'll tell you right now.
Just do it.
Mickey Mouse, or the Disney company, they have their eye on a certain studio that just merged with AT&T to control Warner Brothers. Mickey wants to buy Discovery.
Discovery bought Warner Brothers?
They merged
with AT&T.
Correct. So Discovery, if I know this correctly, Discovery is now in charge of Warner Brothers.
Interesting.
Yeah. And Mickey's looking to purchase Discovery.
So in the long run of things, if they purchase,
Mickey's going to own DC.
They're going to own DC, but will they own Warner Brothers as well?
Yes. Yeah, they're taking all of it.
So they're taking Looney Tunes?
Everything.
Wow.
It's funny you mentioned Looney Tunes too, because I was just interested in the comic book aspect of it.
Well, it's a big thing when you think about it, because Warner Brothers, not only will they have DC, will they have Looney Tunes, they'll have, I believe, The Wizard of Oz.
MGM.
And, well,
That's Amazon now.
No, they didn't. I think they sold the rights to that when Turner bought it, and Warner Brothers kept it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think Warner Brothers still owns that. MGM, I think at one point did, but I think it's the WB. But not only that, you're looking at a slew of movies that are on HBO Max right now. We're going to be going over there. There's also a ton of Tim Burton movies that are going to be going that way. Beetlejuice, I believe, or was that Sony? But I mean, in any case,
it's going to be a. I mean, if that does occur, it's going to be an interesting time, to say the least. I mean,
I'll tell you what. I'm going to tell you one thing that could happen. Let's just say this happens. You are having, with the exception of Spielberg saying yes or no, you have a better chance of getting a Roger Rabbit sequel and seeing the Looney Tune characters involved. Because back when they made the movie in 88 or 87, when it was filmed, released in 88, they didn't have to pay as much for the rights. The movie was very successful. You try to make that movie now, there's no way. You know, they're going to want...
Oh, no. Roger's tied up in so many rights issues right now.
Well, that's, yes, Spielberg and Amblin. You know, whenever they want to put something out, I believe Spielberg has to okay it. And that's been one of the issues with why we haven't seen much of movies or even the shorts anymore, which is a shame because they were pretty good, the cartoons. Yeah. But that's an interesting... I did not hear that. So that's a very, very...
Yeah. Entertainment... Next 5 years, entertainment's going to look very different.
Yeah, the mouse.
If that goes through,
I still think they should buy the Turtles. Personally,
they should have.
Nickelodeon doesn't know what to do.
Well, I don't know yet, but I'll put it to you this way: they did give them permission to make The Last Ronin.
As what, an animated?
No, just to make the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And speaking of Turtles, sorry, Joes. Did you see this? This is the scribblings from Seth Rogen. Apparently it comes from Leonardo, the Ninja Turtle.
Okay, so...
Their release date is August 11th,
2023.
Correct.
So it's interesting. Some of this I think Donnie should be talking about. Like the types of mutation. I mean, the honor, loyalty, discipline, that totally makes sense for Leonardo. The way the TMNTE, which is actually kind of cool. It looks like the periodic table. Mm-hmm. That's something I could see Donatello doing. And the ooze and that kind of stuff. But this is very interesting.
Yeah, so that's our little...
Because if you look,
of the new
it says
Turtle.
Science under the dates in the top right corner. And Leo's not the
this
science.
Is all teenager. He even said it, that they're going to focus more on the teenage
aspect of them, right?
Right.
Which is interesting, you know, like, what does a teenage turtle think about? And I think, like any teen, it's your family. If you're adopted, I'm sure you're thinking about your birth parents and stuff like that. So angst and all that kind of stuff, they go that way. That's pretty interesting, actually. Mm. It's definitely a new direction because it's always in the title. But, you know, teenage, I suppose, in the title.
Well, I think they hinted on it a little in the previous movies. You know, always wanting to go out in the public and all that stuff.
Not being able to.
Right.
However, back to G.I. Joe.
Yo, Joe.
So, we got Roadblock.
We have heavy artillery Roadblock.
Looks like a Gatling gun.
Updated sculpt. New head.
Serious machine gun.
Yeah, he's got that giant accessory and his pistol. Some for his holster.
Yeah.
We have Commando Snake Eyes.
He's going to be the hot one.
With a new head. Yep.
I'll tell you, when I was a kid, everybody loved Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
Really? I was always a Duke fan.
Duke, Flint, he was cool. I always liked Dusty. He had that cool little flap underneath his helmet.
And then Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, the man. But he's part of the Val verse now.
When he had that I forgot what they were called.
Commando?
No, I have no idea. He had that small band of troops.
Yeah.
In the movie. My favorite one was the one that betrayed Cobra. He's got a Cobra with a slash through it. He was my favorite one. Then he had an ex-football player and a circus guy.
Well, you know, the circus. You never know when you're going to need a lion tamer. Let's fight some.
I think he was into knives. I think.
Yeah, all right, so that's kind of makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. All right, we're just rattling on.
Yeah.
So Timberwolf, I was excited to see this.
I love that his legs are posable.
He's articulated. He's got articulated mane. He's got all his arms or paws are articulated.
Yeah, you
and
see the legs.
He comes with a second head. How badass is that?
When he's not angry.
Look at that cute little puppy.
He's beautiful. You know what's interesting is the poor boy. He's got those scars by his eye and his muzzle.
Yeah,
but it's.
I already have my wife working on the custom.
Really, I was going to say this is like, I would want this one figure, with the wolf, because I love wolves and I love dogs, and which are descendants of wolves, and I do like Snake Eyes, so he's real. This is really nice looking.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. They've also said that Cobra Island figures will be reissued. Target exclusives. Sorry, Joes. It will come with Baroness and Coil, Roadblock, Beachhead, and a Cobra Trooper. And then also Major Blood.
He's interesting looking.
Has recently been released. And he sold out in 15 minutes on he's a premium Pulse subscribers.
He's pretty cool looking.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, wow, it's got the motorcycle. I would love to see him with that helmet on. There it is. Thank you.
There it is.
It's like I ask and I receive. Yeah, that's like taking the 80s figure and putting it into the year 2021. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, I mean that's what the whole
look at the poses. Like he's got the one arm up, the way he's pulling the gun out of the holster.
Mm-hmm.
Very well posed.
Yeah, I like this one. This shot. That's a good shot.
I would say.
Now here's something interesting about this line, especially with Major Blood. The artwork on the box is reminiscent of what they used to do on Masters back in the 80s.
So what do you mean?
Like painted,
wow.
Like beautiful pictures on the box.
So it really is artwork in a way.
Correct.
That's interesting.
You know, it's very eye-catching. So Hasbro's on the right track. They're just not there yet.
See, that would make me, as an adult, have more difficulty in opening the toy, because I wouldn't want to tear the art.
Yeah, that's why people buy two.
That's why, yeah. But what are these priced at? Are these semi-decent priced?
They're varied.
Okay, so it would depend on the figure then, if you'd want, to get two, one to open or not.
Right.
But yeah, I remember, back in the 90s, that's what you did. You bought two. Mostly two of everything, so you can open one, keep one in the box.
Oh yeah, back in the 90s. Well, let's see. Artillery Roadblocks $22.99.
Okay.
Major Blood $22.99. So most of these are $22.99.
It's a little pricey, but it's still a decent price.
Well,
plastic's
going up. Everything's going up.
Right now. I guess I'm just thinking in the way of like, it's a toy, but like you're a grown adult collecting. You have your collecting budget, so you can afford it. But it's still a decent price. It's not like 80 or 90, which you're like what? But it's I guess I still think of the old days when we were kids and how toys were priced. Which, if I had a DeLorean, I can go back in time to get those toys.
Nowhere near
crazy.
I mean, honestly, that's why you hardly see any like vehicles or like. I'm surprised Masters released the Castle Grayskull for Origin.
Actually, I have a question for you, but are we done with G.I. Joe yet or no? Because I don't want to interrupt the flow again.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was in Target. All I see are He-Man, Skeletor, Battlecat, and Panther. Yep. Are there any other figures right now? Do they make any more? And
there's a slew of them.
I mean, I'm being serious because I don't see any other figures. And I'm like, where are they?
Well, according to Mattel, it's due to Target not buying enough and the distribution.
Buying enough of the other figures? Or
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so...
I mean, I get you'd want He-Man and Skeletor.
I mean, if you're lucky, you'll see maybe like a Classics Ninja, but right now that they've opened everything up, I've been getting all my Origins figures from Big Bad Toy Store.
Okay. Yeah, because you know what? No, not even I was gonna buy them. I was just like, why is this? And these pegs were stacked. You know,
Oh yeah, they're full.
the boxes for the cats were right to the edge of the shelf. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Well, here's the problem. And it's a popular theory. It's not just mine, but kids aren't buying Origins figures.
What
Adult collectors are buying Origins figures, putting their cute little kid in front of them. You know, I mean, maybe it's a great bonding experience. Maybe, you know, they're actually playing with it, but I don't think a kid by himself is going to be like, I want that.
Yeah. You know, it's even the last couple of times at Target, I've checked to see if they had the Mego Rocketeer, and they haven't had that. And I know it's been available in Target, but like
Target's horrible.
It is. What happened? All of a sudden, it's horrible.
They just don't care. That's
it's like really our only choice, or that in Walmart, like brick and mortar stores, unless you go to our comic shop, and it's just like,
yeah,
I just want toys.
Yeah, not anymore.
No,
I mean, I can't even find these guys.
What? So what's that?
These are the Motu Minis.
They're
basically He-Man, just miniaturized.
Right. Who puts them out? Is it Mattel?
Mattel.
Okay.
Yeah. Originally created by the Four Horsemen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even a place like Hot Topics doesn't have that?
No. Hot Topics is just like Pops.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. Good point.
So here's some more figures. Hopefully, we'll find
Oh.
Wolverine villain 5-pack. It's not bad. I'll be honest with you. Like, I was really excited to see this gentleman, Cyber.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last time there was a Cyber figure, it was like back in the late 90s. But I love the colors, very articulated.
Yeah, the blue is very popping.
Yeah. I love the robotic arms on them. For you hardcore comic fans, here's Mastermind. In not one head, but two.
That's a better head. And the other one looks like Ichabod Crane.
This one?
Yeah, well, very sickly Ichabod Crane.
Looks kind of like a pirate.
Yeah, yes.
But
this looks like a British Royal Navy man.
Yeah, a Hellfire Club member. And then here is also, I'm just going out on a limb. I'm just going to call him Jim Lee Omega Red. Because accurate colors, you know, two heads. I mean, this does look like the Jim Lee rendition.
Okay.
And then here was the surprise.
Is this Lady Deathstrike, was it?
No, this is Callisto.
Who's that?
She's a Morlock.
Oh, the Morlocks, the dudes on the ground, right?
Correct.
Right.
The underground mutants, yep.
Ah.
Yeah, she came out of nowhere. But
butterfly knife there.
Here's something interesting, though. Why a topless Wolverine?
It's a good question. You know what I've noticed?
I get it, and I understand. I mean, you can do a lot of interesting things, but I'm just...
Here's the interesting thing about this. I noticed this on Roadblock, and it popped out at me again. The neck, the traps, on the muscles, the shoulders are very built up.
Yeah.
It's so different from a normal, not a normal toy, but like another toy. It's almost to the point where it's like throwing my... it's too eye-catching, is what I'm saying. It almost takes me out of the moment of looking at the toy. It's like, damn, his traps are huge. This guy is built. But that's the second time I noticed it today, and we were just talking about toys, and it's maybe that's the new way they're going with sculpting is a believable built physique, perhaps.
I have no idea. I'm like I said, I'm a guy that's into armor, and surprisingly enough, being a He-Man fan, you know.
Yeah, sure. He's got to have good traps too, He-Man.
But I mean, they're decent.
His pecs are great, I heard. See, I like that because it's not like throwing my, just boom, like your vision's not going in one place. You're able to appreciate
Trying to get him
detail
focused.
of the whole toy. So yeah, dude is built.
Yeah. See, that's the He-Man they should be making. They have this like smiling Revelations He-Man.
Very happy.
He is, but I mean, look at this guy. This guy is ready for action.
He's got that like a horse pose at the horse rearing. I like how Bat-a-Cat looks, like rearing up like that. His paws are massive, and he's got his sword raised. So like, yeah, he's ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
And that
this is He-Man.
And so that's the battle armor symbol on it. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Which,
they're.
I know there's people. There's a debate amongst fans. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Actually,
It almost looks like an H.
The great Joe Amato was actually on an episode of People of Eternia, and he actually convinced me why this is a better symbol than the cross.
Oh, and for those who didn't hear it, why? Can you paraphrase?
Yeah, pretty much. He was like, you can see the Batman symbol and know that's Batman. You can see the Superman S, know that's Superman. You can even see Spider-Man symbol and automatically think Spider-Man. You see the iron, you see the cross.
You don't think of He-Man.
You don't think of He-Man.
Interesting.
The battle armor symbol, you can actually associate that with He-Man.
Right.
So I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
And that is true. Every superhero pretty much has that symbol that, even Deadpool, he's got that little logo, whatever that thing is.
Oh, with his eyes. And,
yeah. So it's like, that's a very good point.
Yeah. He was nice enough. He's an artist and a customizer, very talented person. He sent me a picture afterwards of He-Man and Filmation with the symbol on his harness. And I was like, yeah, I guess that could work. Yeah. So he changed my mind about that, because for years I was always hardcore. I was like, this is how Mattel wanted it, but they're trying to back away with it. But at the same time, they're not 100% away from it, because
you still have
right. We still have this one, and then the Christmas kit that's coming out soon, the Advent calendar, comes with a He-Man action figure, but the He-Man action figure has the cross.
So you just said something interesting. You said it's the way Mattel intended it, and
right.
When you think about a toy line or even a character, Batman, for instance, from creation up until present day, it goes through many shifts and changes, and some for the better, some for the worse. But it's just interesting wording, like this the way Mattel intended it. That I guess
I
have a point, but I'm not getting it out properly.
I'm always at the point where it's always what the original creator intended.
Right.
Now, down the line, if down the line he wants to change that, great. I may go with it. I may not.
Right.
But originally, that's how he or she envisioned it, and why are you gonna reinvent the wheel? But is my point.
He-Man has multiple creators in a way.
He does.
Right. So maybe it's tough to pick that one. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people are going to argue with me about this comparison, but He-Man was originally supposed to be male Barbie.
That tall? Was he that tall?
Yeah, he was going to be a spaceman. He was going to be
really
army guy. He was going to be, the barbarian.
He was just going to be a cooler Ken.
Well, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
When Roger Sweet presented everything, they're like, oh, all right, well, he could be whoever he wants. You just swap out his clothes.
Right.
That was Roger Sweet's intention, but they were like, no, we want to pinpoint the barbarian one. He tested the best.
Very interesting. I did not know that.
So
that's really interesting. Can you imagine if they went the other way? What would have happened if the toy would have been as successful or not?
Oh yeah. Well, they have. I mean, think about it. Space He-Man is New Adventures.
Right.
You know, and then they circled back for the High Energy Military Attack Nucleus. Basically, He-Man as Army soldier.
Oh.
With an acronym. With an acronym. Okay, I can't believe I just said it all correctly.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Very interesting again.
Now, Ian.
Yes.
Let's get crazy. Look at these women.
So we got
fully articulated. 30 points at least. So this is from Loose Collector and Executive Replica, based on the Coffin Comics characters. Now, Lady Death already came out, and Loose Collector heard from the fans what they liked and somehow what they didn't like. So Hell Witch, in her glory, has articulated hands now that go up and down because she has an energy sword that comes with it.
Okay.
So, Hell Witch comes with 29 points for articulation. She's 6 inches. Those wings are removable. I do like those wings, though.
Almost like a gothic vampire gargoyle.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm more... I know who Lady Death is more than I know who Hell Witch is. She might be new, because I don't remember her from the 90s.
Mm.
2 clawed hands and removable wings. Now, here's something that's crazy. And this is why we're bringing it up, because we want to talk about breakthroughs.
Not because we're just men.
Swappable chest.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Good lord.
She looks like a heavy metal cover.
Yeah. Yeah, that does.
God bless her. Especially now with all the craziness with Heavy Metal Magazine.
Boy.
So if you're interested in purchasing Miss Hell Witch, you can log on to the new Coffin Comics website next week and pre-order her.
Her energy sword looks like a pissed off green Luke lightsaber.
Yeah. Reminds me of Spawn.
Okay. I was going to say it's kind of like Kylo Ren's, but green, but sure.
So now that we were talking about He-Man, Kevin Smith mentioned next week, or this coming week, we're going to see some more He-Man stuff from Netflix Geeked. And they're also going to be talking about the Sandman series from Netflix.
So does that include a trailer by any chance, or no?
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Finally. Yeah.
That would be very cool.
And now, since we're talking about He-Man and my minis, Mattel has announced Revelation minis, including Beastman.
Oh, he's so weird looking. It really looks like Cthulhu hanging from his chin. I don't like this one at all. Go on.
Fisto.
It is pretty good.
A 2-pack with Stridor.
That looks very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I like these better than the Origins. Sorry, Mattel, but I already have a vintage.
I'm sorry, who's putting these out?
Mattel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never, sorry.
Whiplash, whose design I really like. I like the robotic looking eye and the armor.
Mm-hmm.
This might be my favorite rendition of Whiplash. Skelegod.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence.
So wait, is this like Skeletor just souped up or something?
Well, rumor has it that Skeletor somehow gets the power sword and has the power of Grayskull in him instead of Adam.
So it's kind of like the Super Shredder from Turtles 2, but it's
oh my god,
Skeletor.
Yeah, you just nailed it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So yeah,
and if you look at his chest, it does look like the H. Or is that supposed to be the bat? Is that the bat?
No, that's the H.
Right, but Skeletor had the bat and the battle damage?
No, his regular cross harness had a bat.
Skeletor. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Who'd I say?
You said he had a cross.
Oh, yeah, the bone cross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I like to think that bat was part of the evil horde symbol.
Sure, why you could?
Well, his Skeletor was part of the evil horde.
Why not? Interesting.
And in other great He-Man news, if you missed out on pledging on the original Faking Filmation Kickstarter, you still have time to get in on it to get a digital download, DVD, or Blu-ray. And if you pledge enough, you can get your name in the credits.
That's very cool.
Yep. And it was nice and coincidental. Our friend Rob McCallum, the Jay and Rob show, came back for an episode recently. So if you're inclined, give him a shot. Let's see. Okay. So we got some time. We can talk about this. So Ethan Van Sciver, Artist Supreme and Cyberfrog Master, has announced next month he will begin his Indiegogo campaign for the Cyberfrog action figures. First wave will include current Cyberfrog, 90s Cyberfrog, Heather Swain. Now I'm showing you this Heather Swain because this is her second alternate head, and I think it looks so much better in the ponytail. Don't know why, but that's just my opinion.
Okay.
And the evil Vispas, excuse me, with articulated tail. I mean, Ethan put a lot of focus, a lot of thought into these characters. I mean, that rear stinger is fully articulated.
That's pretty cool.
Fully articulated.
I've never read this comic, but
Ian, you got to pick it up. It is so funny. It's, you know what it is? It's entertaining, which is what comics should be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's not giving you a lesson. He's just telling you, hey, I want to solve, the crime problem. I'm an alien frog hybrid, and this is my story, Mm-hmm. Although the reboot, I still have to get used to it, kind of giving me a little bit of a, apocalyptic end of the world vibe. Mm. But someday I'd like to speak to him about it. So, but here is Cyberfrog side by side with the 90s version on the left, my favorite, and the current version on the right. Articulated, incredible. I mean, even his toes are articulated.
That's pretty cool.
He's going to come with multiple heads. And if you sign up tomorrow, we're recording this on Sunday, so if you sign up for his list on Monday, June the 7th, you will receive a alternate hand. It's just Cyberfrog eating chicken. So that's pretty cool. Here's his actual paint master. Now, I'm showing you this because here's what I love about it. Look at those gauntlets. This frog is ready for action. He's got alternative heads right there. Mm. And Dale Keown just joined Ethan in creating some artwork for Cyberfrog.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to this action figure. I mean, I've wanted it for a while. And he came pretty close. He almost was part of a Playmates line that included Savage Dragon and the Jim Lee Ninja Turtles. Hmm. But that somehow fell through and never came to be. But he's rectifying that right now, so we're going to get some great looking action figures coming out of All Caps. Including his next... I mean, this is how far in advance he's thinking. This is Salamandroid, Cyberfrog's brother.
Interesting.
He's already in the process of being an action figure. Now, originally, I believe he was going to be a Build-A-Figure, but he didn't want to go that route because each of the Cyberfrog figures are probably going to retail about $40 per figure. And there will be stretch goals, which is nice. So congratulations to Ethan. I'm really looking forward to it. And we will announce it here on Toy Lines when it goes live. So originally he wanted to mimic Todd McFarlane with the Spawn campaign. So he might still be doing that. So congratulations to Ethan and all caps. And speaking of McFarlane, he made a huge announcement. The Suicide Squad figures based on the upcoming movie coming out this August in theaters and on HBO Max. They will include Peacemaker, Bloodsport, Harley Quinn, Polka Dot Man, and the Build-A-Figure will be King Shark.
Polka Dot Man?
Yep.
What does he do?
I think he's suicidal or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe he threw like colored dots or something. I don't know.
I think he does, actually.
Remember when Wizard used to do like the lamest villain of the month?
Was he one of them?
I don't know, but he should be. Because it just
well,
sounds...
You don't know who he is yet.
I don't know anything about him, but like I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, this dude's got nothing but polka dots on. But
I don't know. He looked doom and gloom in the trailer.
Well, that's the thing, like he can be the most ridiculous looking character, but if you have a good story, once again, you can take it and make it a great thing.
Exactly.
So it's all it's all in the writing.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this. And did you hear about the list that got leaked?
No.
So apparently McFarlane Toys, somebody grabbed a hold of McFarlane's ideas for action figures and threw it online. Now, Suicide Squad was on it. Also, there was something about the Batman and Robin movie figures. Don't know why.
Wait, Batman and Robin? The Joel Schumacher?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
And the one with Val Kilmer.
Okay. I guess I just want to cover all the Bat movies.
I'm losing it. What was the name of the Val Kilmer one?
Batman Forever?
Forever. Thank you. Yeah. Those figures are on the list with the Jim Carrey Riddler. Swamp Thing.
Two-Face, yeah.
Swamp Thing, yeah. There was a couple of figures.
But the detail he puts into his figures, he can make the Swamp Thing look pretty cool.
Yes. That's what I think that's what
Very
we're all
yeah.
That's what we're all hoping for.
Yeah.
And
really, I just I think a Swamp Thing, and if it's done poorly, he's gonna look like a Kenner Chewbacca, just green. When you really if you almost look at the way I'm picturing it, Swamp Thing right now, and I'm thinking of that Chewbacca figure, I'm like, man, you could probably paint that and a little customize it, make a Swamp Thing out of that. And I don't have that kind of talent, but I wish I did.
Yeah,
it's like that dude who made the He-Man out of Ewoks. You remember those? He painted the Ewoks to look like Skeletor and
He-Man.
That stuff is great. I got such a kick out of that.
Our friends over at Wob Studios, they're making a Ninja Turtles He-Man figure right now.
Ninja Turtle. Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna once it's released, we'll talk more about that. Looks very nice. Yeah. And our final news of the day: Boss Fight Studios Paint Master Popeye.
It's your boy Tommy.
Yep.
It's really nice looking.
It is nice looking.
You sound like you have what's your complaint? You sound like you have one. What do you like?
Not a complaint.
Is it the shirt?
Complaint. Nope. Shirt's fine.
Well, let me guess. Let me think.
I prefer the Mezco version.
Oh, okay. This really looks like the cartoon.
It does. It looks great. The articulation looks nice. Same stuff though.
Yeah, that's a good
like
point.
if you look at the Mezco cartoon version, he's got the crushed can, he's got
the pipe, the eye, the hat, the big arm.
I mean, I like it. I'm glad they're making it because, Popeye is one of those legends that can
Kids don't know about.
easily, yeah, he could be easily swept away, and I'm glad he's still around.
Well, you know what? Yeah, because I was just thinking when you were talking, the kids don't know who Popeye is, and it would really be nice to see Popeye again. And I know that movie was a possibility, but
Right. Gendy Tartakovsky was
yeah,
making one, but
honestly,
it was just weird without the pipe.
Well, that's because of they don't want to pass on the idea of smoking, or it's the same thing with like the Bulldog Cafe and the Rocketeer kid show not having a pipe in its mouth. Because so in the comic and the movie, the Bulldog Cafe has a pipe. Actually, Butch the Bulldog has a pipe.
Okay.
And in the kid show, Butch the Bulldog does not, as does the Rocketeer. The Bulldog Cafe is missing that, and I understand that for a kid show, and I can understand that as well. But if you're making it for an adult collector market, I think you should have it.
Definitely, yeah.
Because they're the ones spending the money on it, so
right.
They can decide if they want to smoke or not. They're a grown up. Right. Do we have time? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I wanted to talk about these characters.
What's this about?
These are customs.
Wow. This is very like Last Ronin like.
People want. Well, yeah, they're supposed to be your Last Ronin.
Interesting.
People want Last Ronin figures, NECA. Make it happen.
I like the way Leo looks.
Yeah. Although I am kind of curious why he's using a Leo figure when it's obviously Mikey, but
right. Maybe that's what he had available.
I'm trying to remember the gentleman that made these.
I mean,
Griff with a gift, all one word.
When you look at Leo's gray pants, and it actually looks like almost sweatpants material. Like
these are soft goods.
You can see the fabric involved, and it's like, good Lord, I must have put a lot of effort and work into this thing.
Well, all right, here's my wish list as far as Last Ronin. I want a Mezco figure because I want the soft goods, and then I want like a very accurate NECA figure, like from the comics.
Right.
Issue 3 just came out, kids.
Oh, did it really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
How was it?
I think Mikey's been sitting out on the sidelines too long. I think he needs to get back into the Last Ronin garb and go be the Last Ronin.
How many issues? 5 or 6?
5.
Okay, so you got 2 more issues.
We got 2 more issues. Yep.
Okay.
It was a great story, though, and it introduced the Last Ronin, maybe Turtle Tank. Yeah. Although it was sad seeing here. Spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Just 10 seconds. I'm gonna say it, so just skip over it. It was sad seeing Leonardo die with Casey.
Oh, you would think it would be Raph, but okay.
Well, Raph died in the.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, and then I am going to be sad seeing Donnie and Splinter go in the next issue. I don't know. I think Leo should have went out in a blaze of glory instead of the way he did, but that's just me.
But didn't Raph do that sort of?
Yeah. Although lately I've been rereading them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Raph could have.
Do you reread them right before the new issue comes out, so it's fresh in your mind?
Yes.
Very nice. That's hardcore. I'd probably do the same thing.
It's a great story. Yeah. It's starting to get a little monotonous now because Mikey's been injured in bed, and for the past, these past 2 issues, that's all we've seen, just him walking around. So we need to.
If you think,
I want to see more Last Ronin stuff now.
And that's probably what's going to happen because you got to, in your structure, the second act is kind of,
Yeah, but
the third act it starts picking up.
Yeah.
It's most likely it'll probably start happening.
Yeah. I think in the next issue they release pages of him back in action. So,
do we have time to show Solomon Kane?
Yeah, you have pictures.
Yeah, I sent them to you.
Oh, yeah, I don't have those.
Just edit that out.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, that's fine.
And did you hear Paul Bettany no longer under Marvel contract?
Really?
Yep, he's all done.
I mean, they could.
I mean, that's not to say we're never going to see
yeah
Vision again, but
well, if they do a sequel or a second season of Vision and Scarlet Witch, they'll have to work something out. But maybe he's not.
You really think they'll do a second season? We got the movie coming out. Oh yeah, maybe after.
Maybe it's who knows really what direction they're going in. To be honest with you, with the next whole phase, I've really haven't been paying attention much to the phase after. I mean, I watched the shows, but I'm not really as.
Loki comes out this week.
Yes, I mean I do want to see Loki, so it's like I'm saying I'm not really as into it as I was, but I still want to watch that, and I still have an interest in some of the characters. So I just feel like what they accomplished from between Iron Man to Endgame was like so huge. It's almost like, how do you top that? That was just like such a giant thing that took so many years to create.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
How do you do that and not copy yourself, and do something even bigger and better? So I don't have the answer either. That's the thing.
Yeah, we were gone when the Eternals trailer hit.
I didn't even watch it. Did you watch it?
I saw it.
Yeah.
I
don't know much about them, and I don't really want to. I don't even want to. Not really interested.
Yeah, that seems. I mean, I'll give it a shot. Marvel surprised us, in the past. But it was funny. Somebody said that the tallest Eternal was like 5'6".
We do have this week starting filming Indiana Jones 5.
Oh, okay.
Which no plot has been leaked. There was one exterior photo of a set, which looks, it just looked like an abandoned castle. I don't know where this plays in a movie. There was a script written at one point where he does go to Scotland, and he's in an old castle, and I think he battles a banshee or something.
What year is this now?
Has to be
70s, right?
I would say 60s.
Oh,
okay. I'm thinking still Cold War. I mean, with the Cold War, yeah, probably the 60s. I don't know anything about this movie. They just showed that thing that no plot has been released, not even like what the MacGuffin is. I'm a little scared, to be honest with you, because I love Indiana Jones, and it's just like,
yeah, like I said, nowadays I'm just burnt out. If it happens, it happens, and then if not, it'll just be in.
Well, and then also they released the image of the new Batman or the Flash movie, the Bat logo.
Right, but you said it was incorrect.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, so let me. It's not so much incorrect. I mean, in the 1989 Batman movie, the Bat logo almost had like a point to it at the tail, and this one is a regular bat symbol. So if this is Batman, how many years later? So in Batman Returns, he does change the Bat logo. The suit has the regular look. So in that case, it's accurate. I kind of thought he was going to be in the 89 outfit for some reason. That's just me.
Maybe he is. Who knows?
But the Batman 89 comic is coming out soon, so that should be interesting. And it'll be.
That's right. Yeah.
I think it's going to be
Superman 78.
Is it going to be a online exclusive?
Oh.
I think.
No, I don't think so.
I know there's a. I think it was Barnes and Noble had it listed for the future as a graphic novel.
There you go.
So I was like, ooh. So yeah, that looks pretty good. The artwork looks great.
Yeah. So thank you to Brian Salvatore for our intro and outro music. If you're inclined, #collectors helping collectors. We can't find this stuff anywhere, especially the Joes and the Masters. You can't find Origins or Minis anywhere. So #collectors helping collectors. Thank you to Scott Knightlick over at Spectre Creative. We're back on YouTube, and I want to throw a quick shout out to our latest follower, Soundwave278. Thank you for joining.
Thank
I
you.
hope we didn't disappoint you. Toyspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to join the conversation, just email us. Although lately we have been discussing we may start doing live shows with, taking your questions and stuff, but we'll see what happens. We're on all your favorite podcasting platforms. Please subscribe, give us a rating, or do both. Please enjoy our Season 1 completion of Rocketeer Radio. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, you had it right.
Yeah, but I wanted the big one. There we go.
There it is. Thank you.
The Rocketeer Radio.
It was. It's essentially, for those who have not heard it, it is a podcast dedicated to the Rocketeer movie and comic, honoring Dave Stevens and his legendary character. Family friendly, and we had a couple of cool, just incredible guests, which I think was really the highlight of doing this, was getting to meet and talk to William Stout and Dave Stevens' sister Jennifer. So
that was a great episode.
Yeah, they're the nicest people, I'll tell you. Jennifer's so sweet, and I know she works hard on the Rocketeer Trust. So I look forward to things that are coming out, and to Season 2, which will be coming.
Nice. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And if you're a He-Man fan, please stick with us on People of Eternia on all your favorite podcasting platforms.
Can you give us any hints of upcoming, or you're on
not right now?
All right.
Nope.
So we have to keep tuning in.
Yeah, we're. I know I keep saying we're working on some stuff, but it's going to be a good summer.
Nice.
www.toylines- Oh, sorry. I knew I was going to mess that up. www.toy-lines.com for all your toy news and toy reviews. We just finished the brand new site, so
excellent.
Give it a look. So thanks for joining us. I'm glad to be back. I'm Tom Romero.
I'm Ian Westhoff.
Play with your toys. They missed you.